What up? Hey, this is the Media Man again, coming at you from Walker's Music with yet another word for today. We just like to say that we really enjoy this time that we do these little video clips of the Word of God. So we are living in trying times. People need hope. And I'm here to tell you people that there's only one hope, and His name is Jesus Christ. Whether you realize it or not, we need Jesus Christ. He's the only answer. He is the answer. And I want to come today, we want to stay, I love the book of Matthew. It shows about Jesus and being the King and the Messiah. And we're going to start reading at the 23rd chapter, very first verse. We're going to just read. And we're going to try to take our time today. We're not going to worry about the time so much. If we run over, we just run over. I'll find another way to get it to you. It said, Then spake Jesus to the multitude, to His disciples, and to His disciples, I should say, saying, The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their work they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogue, in other words, in our churches, and greetings in the markets to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father, which is in heaven. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes, Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayers. Therefore you shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes, Pharisees, hypocrites! For you compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Woe unto you, you blind guides, which say, Whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. You fools and blind, for whether is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctified the gold? And whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing, but whosoever swear by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. Jesus said, you're fools and blind, for whether is greater than the gift or the altar that sanctified the gift. Whosoever shall swear by the altar, swear by it, and by all things that are on it. And whosoever shall swear by the temple, swear by it, and by him that dwelleth therein. And he that shall swear by heaven, swear by the throne of God, and by him that sitteth thereon. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye pay tithe of mint and ice and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment and mercy and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. You blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, then that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones, and of all uncleanness. Even so you are also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within you are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! Because you build the tombs of the prophets, and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore you be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up the measure of your father, you serpents, you generation of vipers. How can you escape the damnation of hell? Let us stop right there, people. Ooh-wee! Jesus was tearing them up. May God add a blessing to the readers, the hearers, and the doers of his holy word. Ooh, Jesus was eating them alive. Scribes, Pharisees, call them hypocrites. Now, who were the scribes and the Pharisees? Those were the people leading church service. He said, you won't go in, and you're keeping other people out that would go in. Ooh, Lord have mercy. But this is Jesus now. But you got people that'll say, well, you know, we don't need to hurt nobody's feeling. If this didn't hurt their feeling, I don't know what else did or what else could. Because he told them to their face that they were hypocrites. They were blind guys, serpents. He said, how can you escape? He said, you're straining out a gnat, but you swallow a camel. That's just like some of us people. We nitpick. We nitpick at this little thing. I get on you for telling a lie, but I'm over here killing folk with gossip. What's the difference? He said, you strain out a gnat, but yet and still you swallow a camel. Ooh, Jesus was telling them off to their face, and he wasn't holding back. He's called them, you're blind guide, you're hypocrites. You devour widows' houses, filthy lucre. You love money. You want to be called rabbi in the marketplace. You want the high seats in the church. Call me Mr. This and Deacon that. But yet and still, you know that inside you are nothing. Ooh, that don't seem like Jesus was trying to spare no feelings to me. But we got certain people to do it. Well, you know, we don't want to rub them the wrong way. Rub them till all the hair come off their head if you have to. Jesus was telling them, he said, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets. In other words, they killed the prophet. They called Abraham their father, but they killed every prophet that God was sent to them. Jesus said in his ministry, O Jerusalem, how often would I have gathered your children together as a hen would brood her brood upon her wing, but you wouldn't let me. Same way we are today. The song says, softly and tenderly. That's going to be one of my songs on my traditional hymn CD. Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling, but we won't listen. But yet and still, can't nobody beat us to church on Sunday. Can't nobody beat us to Tuesday and Wednesday night Bible study. Can't nobody beat us to Sunday school. But yet and still we will not change. We doing all that for an outside show to the world. This is what Jesus was talking about, these Pharisees, the hypocrites, these scribes, these Pharisees. People, we cannot be, we should not be the Pharisee and the hypocrite that Jesus was speaking of right here. Now all the Pharisees weren't hypocrites, because remember, Nicodemus